Hello there, I am back from the break. YouTube watchers, welcome to the new video with our tiny trains in Factorio. Today we're doing oil stuff. We've in the stream so far done pretty good, I think. Actually got oil out of the ground. We are transporting it nearby to be refined and cracked and broken down into its three elements. And we've just started working on turning one of those elements, the heavy oil, into lubricant, which we're going to do in this square here. We're still crafting some of the chemical plants to do that, but we can get started. Not sure my inventory's big enough for everything. We want to fit 2 blocks of 50, I think, within this space. And if we were starting here, that might be good. That's 10. We went 5 forward. How does that end up? That's 50. And then from the other side, it's central, so it's the same height. Now they end up pretty close, but it's okay, right? The outputs are going to be in a straight line from there, so it's fine, really. There's a bit of wasted space. We could fit more, but I don't think we can handle the throughput of the train stations to do more. I could be wrong about that. Maybe we'll come back later and make it bigger. Can be done. Did I check? Yeah, the pipe throughput is fine here. We're going to do 2 pipelines and it only needs 1/3 of one, so that's all good. Set the recipe on them. Build them all in. It's a nice simple one, just one thing in and one thing out. And I've run out. Okay, so we need the ones that I'm about to start crafting. And I do have the inventory space, right? Yeah, it's fine. Well, while we're waiting, we can get the bit of the back put in. So the input's coming from above. That's where that up and in, right? Yes, that's the unloading. It's going to go into there and it's going to go over and in. Good. And then the outputs are going out the bottom towards the other station. The other side is the other way up. Comes together quite well in the end, actually. That's not bad going. Keep that on the end there. Cool. So if I grab that, paste it in, grab the whole bunch and rotate it. Should be good on that side as well. Just let the robots build in all the pipework. Shame I can't reach it all at once with the coverage. Close. We walk down the middle, we miss a few bits along the top. Which we're going to connect in anyway, I guess. And I'm probably going to run out of pipe, aren't I? Do a bunch of that up for after we've made these chemical plants. Which we are, you know, I'm not going to cancel them because we are going to need more for whatever we do next. It's going to be an oil related thing. Okay, while we're waiting for more pipe then, line up the inputs and outputs, I guess. That to there. To the end of every row. From the end, it doesn't lead on, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to connect into the end of there. Like that. Do we want to pump that out? Probably. It's not that long of a row or anything. But we are thinking we need quite a fast output, throughput, whatever put. The only pump at the moment is out of the train and into the storage. So I reckon at the end of every row, it's my feeling on where to put them. Could put one coming out of the storage. Let's go one on every row. I know that's expensive and I need to make some more. I'd rather go there as well, so we're not inputting into the other input. There we go. That's fine, kind of. We are going to need more, and I don't have enough steel. Too late to reclaim any from there, fine. Well, need to go get some steel. Might need some more iron as well, geez. See how it goes. Maybe I can copy and paste that over there. Oh, but I need to move them. Yeah. We'll go there. We need one more. I'm going to want pumps on the output as well, aren't I? Maybe. Don't know. Where are they going? Here. Interesting. Join to the middle and down. That doesn't line up nicely, so it doesn't really matter. Join to the end, down and over, maybe. Sure. And why not in line? Need more. If I put my pipe there, craft that, then I don't lose my pipe. So we are using that as well. We'll do there, but then we'll turn that. Come down here. Into there, and I think we pump just at the end of there. To draw it out of all of those lines. The machine should be pushing it at this distance well enough to get into the storage, but still. I would like to pump it into there. Copy all that. Put that up the top. Very nicely symmetrical. Should be all good. We just need to go get ourselves some steel to make more pumps with. And probably some iron to make more pipe with. And inevitably we're going to need that in the next thing we make anyway. All the robots are home, I think. Yep. We just want to go up to MP52. Not that far to go. I could drive myself or even walk it, really. Nice to take a little ride in the train, isn't it? Take that. Up we go. Make not that many pumps, but a stack full wouldn't hurt us. Some spare steel, or whatever the next thing is, and then yeah. Give me 100 pipe to ground, a few hundred pipe, and some spare iron too. Let's see how that does us. That's going to take a long while to make. We might have to juggle that around a bit. See what we need, what we got. Or, you know, come back to it. Go out, plan the next thing and come back to it when they're ready. Locomotive. Take us back to, I don't know, MP50 something. Oops. Did not mean to deconstruct that. Both wires running down it, yep. Okay. Build out what we can. Yeah, we need the regular pipe, which is behind all that. Patient for now. Build in what we're missing of the other types. Stuff. Pumps and undergrounds. They're not running, but the ones to the right have had a couple deliveries before we ran out. Some lubricant should be made. Not that we're going to do anything with it for a while, I guess. Quite a while. And yeah, most of them are just not connected, right? All of them are not connected. Okay, fine. That's all we can do for now. Okay. If it's over here. No, we've run out of undergrounds. Right. Sure. So the next thing to do is something that uses light oil or petrol. What is light oil used for? Rocket fuel. We want that. Light oil. Making more petrol. And solid fuel blocks, which can't really see the point of making solid fuel blocks. Can't really see the point of using solid fuel blocks because we can already make rocket fuel, which is just adding light oil to solid fuel. So we might as well have a square where we turn light oil into solid fuel and then turn that into rocket fuel using the same light oil delivery, as far as I can tell. Why not? Slow process. I guess you won't make as much, but the investment in it is always a payoff. I'm assuming we can use rocket fuel for power generation. Might not be able to. Can definitely use it to fuel the trains, which is cool. We will be doing that. Okay. That's all that it's used for. So I also don't think we should turn petrol into fuel blocks either. It's a bit of a difficult one because we've got, in theory, more petrol than anything because we're cracking it down. So if we had the petrol turned into fuel blocks and then light oil added to turn it into rocket fuel, that might be the more consistent way, but I don't think it's the most efficient way. All being well, we've got the light oil available. Just need to make sure that petrol's being consumed somewhere, which is in plastic and sulfur. And sulfur turns into sulfuric acid, which is used to get the uranium, which is used in nuclear power, which is a constant draw, in theory. Petrol should keep moving. Well, I think we'll try initially just using light oil. It simplifies things, just deliver a single point in and turn it into rocket fuel ultimately. Hopefully. Any more pipes missing from the lubricant section? Looks fine. Probably missing something, but looks fine to my eyes. Cool. So what was delivered? Here is some lubricant available to us. 26,000 so far. That's configured. Same as the others. That's all good. Let's do rocket fuel then. Why not? Let's turn light oil into rocket fuel and get that moving. I'm reluctant to fill this area with too many liquid things. It puts too much strain on this depot for liquid things. Spreading them around will mean the fluid wagons we've got in each depot get used more frequently. Like if there's no fluid wagons available to do a job from this depot, it'll just pull one from a nearby depot. But in that case, it would be better if they were doing a shorter journey. So spreading it out might be good. I mean, this depot could have the plastic put in it because it's got the coal. So that makes a bit of sense for keeping that close. So plastic could be done in MO51. So leave myself a note so I don't forget that. Plastic there. there's like very little going on down here. So in the closer corner here, MO49, we could do sulfur. Maybe. I mean, that kind of encourages it to not use the same. Maybe it should be further. Maybe? Where's it going? I mean, we're going to make sulfuric acid as well. So it could be sulfur in MO49. Just idea. It doesn't really matter. They can go wherever and things might be less efficient by an amount I wouldn't even notice. Sulfur. This, I'm doing this the wrong way round, really. Can change the icon to be what I'm after. Makes a bigger picture of it. Yeah, that's better. But you don't get the tag then. What if you do both? It looks really stupid. Yeah, it's consistent. Do them all the same. Like that then. Sulfuric acid and sulfur there. Plastic there. So I think we could do one more. How about here? There's an empty gap. MP49. And it's kind of between depots. Something has to go between them, I guess. Why not? Anywhere, really. We're going to head south one. That's going to be where we make rocket fuel from light oil. Okay. Let's throw some numbers around Helmod and see what it says. Making a right mess of the place. I don't know if we should have organised this better. It's all just a bit, I just want some random numbers rather than an actual plan, you know. For once I'm not being too strict to a plan. What have we got then? That's kind of irrelevant. Let's get rid of it. This is kind of relevant. Let's keep it. These are just numbers I threw together before. This might be interesting in some way at some point. Let's add a new one, making rocket fuel. There it is. Making it from solid fuel made from light oil. Sure, we want a number. Not that many then. Ooh. 1 per second. Still takes quite a lot. I mean, 1 per second is a lot of fuel, but it's still quite a lot of buildings to do it. But you know, it's what we've got. And at the moment we've got yellow belt to do it with. It's interesting. We know we can fit 120 machines in quite comfortably. 180 probably. Can try that. It's 2 whole belts of the solid fuel, so 2 blocks of 30 making the fuel blocks. And so on and so on. This will consume 330 light oil. It's not that much for the actual rocket fuel. 330 per second, which we are producing. No. Yes, we are. We're producing more than that. And we're not using it for anything else, so other than cracking down. Ah. So the difference between... Wait, how... Everything that we make is cracked down, right? 507... Yep. That's fine then. It doesn't really matter how much we leave behind. It all gets cracked into petrol. So this is fine. Are we going to use... We have to use... Because it's a liquid input, we have to use the blue one. Don't think we got the yellow one available. Not sure I can hand make many of them if we did. No, just the blue at the moment. So we'll have to make blue ones. That's fine. 120 of them. That's fine. 60 chemical plants. I think that'll fit fine. So the other thing is 330 light oil per second. And I was suggesting 5 seconds to unload it. 25,000 in a load. Therefore 5,000 per second on one station. So we could do it with one station. We can try and do it with one station. One in, one out. We'll see how it goes. We put the delivery point in the east, it will favour the depots in the east. both of them, either of them, wouldn't really matter at that point, so I'm cool with that. Not the loading one. Unloading station, there we go. Put that in. Then I want... I don't want to grab a blueprint with the wiring because it's different if we have many, many things. We'll end up with wire I don't want. That's a bit fiddly. Maybe I do want two different blueprints, one for solid and one for liquid, but they can be overlaid on each other. For now, I'll just fiddle with them. Maybe we'll change that in the future at some point. There we go, tidies that up. We want to add another one of them. Then we want to red wire them together. Send the red wire over to the station. That's all good in theory. I mean, I can set it up now, can't I? We want the same thing we've done everywhere, I suppose. It says requesting in blocks of 25,000. And this one can hold up to 100,000. Light oil. Good. Wants renaming. MP49 East. It is, who did it send? One from the Northern station, which is like the closest to the light oil that it's picking up. Then down here and back. Yeah, that journey... Don't know. It thinks it's faster, so fine. If it runs out of ones up there and it uses one from down here instead, I think it'll be very close in terms of which one's faster. But fine, light oil is coming in there, and then we need a loading solid, let's say on the other side, because we're going to do it all in one, one big process in the end. So it's solids are going to go out this side, and they're going to be 0.2 of a yellow belt of rocket fuel. Very, very slow. But hopefully the consumption is slow enough that that's all good. What in theory would we use it on? Make a new one of them to separate it. In theory, rocket fuel goes into making a rocket. Rocket part. That here, or is it? It's a rocket control unit. Is it one of these, like the space science? Yeah, there we go. No. That's to get the fish. That's not what I'm after. I'm after the recipe to get the space science pack. Is that? It's not down there. Interesting. So I can change it. Is it the satellite? Right, that's the one that we're after. Rocket fuel goes into that. So if we wanted one science pack per second, which is like a starting number I like, that requires one rocket fuel per second. We're making 3 per second in this single square. We can do another square and another and so on, though we need more. To do a second square, we need more light oil. But that's, you know, when we scale the base up over time, that's going to happen. At least for now, we can do a science per second with what we're making, and probably have enough spare for all the other things we're doing with it. Maybe not if we use it for power generation, though. I mean, if it can be, I'm not sure if it can. It would last a long time in the boiler. Be interesting. The buffer space needed to do that's quite big, so I think I'd like to avoid it. We keep using coal, I guess. Or we do make some solid fuel blocks out of petrol to keep that moving and feed them into a power block. That's kind of tempting. In any case, we want to turn one belt into 3 evenly. This is fine. You feed one in, it's split into 4 and the 4th comes back round. Yeah, we can just use this. It's fine. Just need to downgrade it to yellow. I think it's fine. I just wondering whether we could condense it at all. I mean, we could like remove that one splitter and put the input there, but yeah, one splitter isn't much. You could just, because that is overcomplicating it if there's only one belt to use. Just do this. Right. Goes in, it's split in half. Each half is split in half, so each of these belts has 25%. 25% of it is sent back into itself and divided out into 25% of the 25% each. So what you get out in the end, yeah, that works fine. When you've got one belt in, that works fine. Good. We need to wire this up somehow. I kind of want to grab something, don't I, from like copper? No. Smelted copper. We'll have it all. Oh. Well, it's lucky we haven't tried to use any of that. Let's go fix that signal. That's wrong. Oops. Who left me in charge of a factory? Big mistake. Getting all the signals wrong. Always forgetting to change them after I pasted them in, I guess. That should be copper plate. Because this is making copper plates. Cool. Grab the blueprint while I was there, but never mind. If I even want to. Yeah, I do. Simplify getting the wiring done. Sure, just need to rename it afterwards, which I need to do anyway from the looks of it. That is MP49 West. Yeah, looks like it. We're just missing those deciders, which then need changing over to rocket fuel. And that should be good. Okay. Light oil comes in, solid rocket fuel is going to go out. That bit's configured. Now we need to deal with the bit in the middle. I need 60 chemical plants. How many did I end up with? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That's good. I need 120 assembly machine 2s. Which I've got 23. Let's head to the starter base to grab lots of materials to keep making them, which Mr. Locomotive can take us there. Up to MP52. Maybe someday I'm going to remember that. By the time I remember MP52 North takes us to the starter base, I'm going to have built out the top and it'll move. What do we need? I don't think we're making the grey ones anywhere either. They're not part of any of the science packs. No. Which is a shame. Just need a lot of green circuits, iron gear wheels, steel. We've got green circuits anyway. I know we put red ones into a box. I don't think we did that with green ones, which may have been a mistake. Where do we make it? Here's a big source of them. We can get them quickly here. Or at some pace. We should put them into a box too. I mean, hopefully we'll be making them in the new base soon enough and it won't really matter, but still, in order to do that, we're going to need more machines. Yeah. Let's grab... Move that forward one. Grab from there. We limited the other to like 1,000. Let's limit this to 2,000. Grab them. I kind of want to say like only if it's backed up, but I don't. don't think there's going to be much of an issue, so I think we're good there. That's that. I don't think we need to put iron gear wheels into a chest. Nah, that's fine. Keep crafting as we go. Scooping up all the stuff. Mostly iron, yeah. Fine. Maybe we do head back to the start and get a bunch of iron. A big chunk. You know, it's 120 now, but it's going to be a lot more of those machines to do everything. And I guess if we can get the blue ones made, we should make the blue ones. Do I want to set that up? Maybe set up a production of it down the end. Doesn't have to be a neat one. Just make some. I think that's a good idea, actually. Before we can get all of this moved, we're going to need a lot of assembly machines. We might as well use blue ones. Let's make some down the end. I mean, yeah, doesn't have to be the right ratio or anything. We can just do all the bits in a line. Kind of. You know, I can't do that. I'll still store up some green circuits in case I need it for something else, but let's block this at 1000 in that case. Like that. You need to bring the steel further down. And we're going to need copper. Might as well build it down the end here. Use the blue one. So we need to make iron gear wheel and electronic circuit. Iron gear wheel, electronic circuit. Might do them twice, so copper cable, green circuit, iron gear wheel. Copper in, sure, iron in there. Keep it simple for now. They need switching to blacklist mode, of course. This one then is level 1 assembly machine. That can feed in there, that just go in there. Then, yeah, do we do the same again? Maybe not. Oh, looks like I need to make the gear wheel again, that's fine. I'm missing, oh, iron plates there, not bad. Steel plate there, sure. That's all like that, and then sure, we'll just long handle the steel in from there. Then output that into a... We're going to need that many, are we? I mean, that many would be a good number to have available when I run over, but I don't think it's going to make them that quickly. Oh, it's not making them slowly, though. Okay. It is, yeah, held up by these, so if we could make them faster... Oh, that's not necessary, is it? We know that's good. It is the actual production rate of it. I don't know if it's worth it, but sure. Let's go messy and just make it happen. A bit faster. We'll make it all a bit faster. That'll back up and then it'll flow through. It's something. But I'm not entirely happy with it, so and yeah. that, haven't I, actually? Yeah. Oh, we're in. There, I should do it. Make a few more of them. Set right. Still would be better if we could put even more of them in. Which we can. Again, a bit messy, but we'll do it anyway. It might not really matter. I don't know. Throughput a bit. Alright. We're up to 83 machines, including what I've handcrafted. Which maybe we should just do more of that for now and then leave this to do the others in the background while we're away doing other stuff. Probably. We handcraft very quickly. Does mean rather than scooping there, which slows that down, I could grab it from the machines at the top, couldn't I? That would be better. Let's drive our car up there. It's mostly the iron. How many is that? Another 54. Puts us in enough for this job. Let's get some spares of that. Bit of spare copper. Is that right? Another 54 on top of 100. 154 is more than 120. Yep. Good. Now, what else are we going to need to do this? Maybe some belt-related stuff. We'll come back for it. No use confusing myself now. Start building, put down some ghosts, work out what we need, and then finish it off. After a trip to resupply if needed. Maybe we're good, maybe we've got everything. Mark up there. Swap to train. House is getting worse every day. There we go. It stopped wiggling. Where are we building this one? In MP49. Down we go. Good. So step one is using the chemical plants to turn some of the light oil into solid fuel blocks. To feed a pipe up the middle. Could do. What if... There's no good way of lining that up. That makes it equal distance from anywhere. But there's maybe a bit better, I don't know. Maybe. Output to them as well, is there not? So is it the input or the output that matters? It's the output that matters. Because the input's just whatever of a pipe, like nothing of a pipe. Other way then. Pipe in. Inserters onto a single. It's the same kind of thing. It's that forward one. F? Shouldn't be. Oh, interesting. It's back. Have I... Didn't drop anything? No bitrate issue on Twitch. Ooh. Oh, it actually gave the... Not like this screen. Interesting. Must be Twitch end. My end's fine. I think. As far as I can tell. Great. It could be my ISP up to something. I'm switching service tomorrow. And it should be dead simple and easy. I'm not actually changing ISP, I'm just changing to a new account. So, I don't know, maybe they're up to something silly a bit early or whatever. Who knows? A little unstable. Other thing to do is use the splitter like that. Then it's spaced between the poles right, but it looks stupid in the middle. We'll do that, and it'll be a slightly off there, I guess. That is 28. That would be a 30. You have two of them. Maybe move all the pipework a bit closer if I alternated that. So that one, that might not leave enough space as well. Interesting. It's an odd length, so I can't put it central. That's not going to be a thing. Bit annoying. Might want to move it down. I mean, well, let's just go there for now. We can move things around in a minute when we work it out. That is 60 chemical plants making solid fuel blocks in 2 runs. All fine. We then got 120 assembly machine 2s, which I guess we want to do in 2 blocks of 60 for the input of the belt. 2 blocks of 60. It's definitely not going to happen, we know that. 30s are like that, but rows of 20 are possible. So what is it, 6 rows of 20? That's 20 and it's not central. Okay, let's take one off. Put it on the other end. It's a little awkward because the recipe's obviously liquid going in. So we're going to have a pipeline, an inserter in and an inserter out. Well, the inserter out is 1 every 30 seconds, so that can be a long handled. The inserter in is 10 every 30 seconds, which is 2 grabs. Well, with a long handled it's 5 grabs, but 5 every 30 seconds is fine. So we can do, you know, in out. Alternating on the different sides. So if that's in, that's out. That's out. And that's in. Yep. Try and get that right. No, stays there. Fine. In theory, so far. That'll have a pipe running behind it. The next one over, we don't want it to share the pipe because it doesn't line up with the grid as well. But that's 20 long. So if we've got 20, 40, 60, no, yeah, 80, 100, 120 fits. Doesn't leave a lot of space down the bottom there. Might need to flip that round, which can be done just fine, really. And there's space enough to... Is there space enough to juggle the belts around? Get the input in? Not really. There's 3 lines to go in, which is annoying as well. I think what we want to do is cut the end off. Next row on the top instead. Possibly another one. We feed pipework in the top. Even that's a bit awkward with where that is. Do we flipping that around as well and moving it over? which I'd rather not. The other option is more rows. So what is 120 won't go into 7, will it? About 8. 15. 8. 8 15s. Possibly. If we squish the block making down, fit 2 more rows that are shorter, we get to juggle things around a bit differently. Kind of like the idea. That's 15, yeah. But we'd need 2 more rows here, which, yeah. I mean, we're not using the stations, so we, at the north and south. We could push up against them. Unless we end up wanting them for something in the future. Let's say we don't. That could go there and that can go there. Well, not great for the pipe input on the right. So I'd rather move that to that end now. Which still brings the end with plenty of room to play around in. Seems good. Yeah, space for the pipe still. That seems fine. Is there space between the two here? Yeah, because you just pipe in this side and belts, pipe, belts, pipes, belts, pipes, belts, and a pipe down that side. Yeah, that's fine there. Although for consistency we could move it back 1, or if we're doing that, move that forward. Everything lines up and there's a bit more space to play with both sides. Okay. Okay-ish. I think okay. Put all that away. Start it all over again and keep it tidy. So, recipes. Rocket fuel, there it is. Missing that pole because the station would be there, sure. It's a little, I don't know, inconsistent maybe to build all that way over. But we either do it at the top or at the bottom, right? Oh, no, that's not true. Up the whole lot. Move it down 1. I know that's not the fastest way of moving it down 1, but because now we're going to take everything apart, even though some of them are not really moving. But still, it'll get it done. And then at the top, yeah, we'll sort those poles out after. Start in this corner and get the robots sorting it out. Or I can help, I guess. Those recipes aren't set either. Let's do that. Try not to make a mess of things. Try my best not to make a mess of things. We've running out of something? No, we're all good, aren't we? Robots are just building further away. Leaving the closer things. That's fine. All needs doing eventually. How is that? Looks fine on the bottom run for the end here. They're also facing the wrong way. Interesting. That seems good while we're here. Let's get the pipes put in. Do we need to take it away from the train station and buffer it somewhere else? Shouldn't do. We haven't for the other things. Yeah, should be fine. We just maybe 2 pumps so it pulls out evenly. 2 pumps on the end. One feeds the initial process, the other the second bit. Although the amount used in the second bit doesn't really matter. So I don't. Maybe just 1 pump with a single pipeline that feeds into all of them. Might be fine. Recipe set as we go, if we can reach. Oh, and get the pipeline copied in. Should be there as well, and there. Weird how they're doing the things that are further away first. Don't like it. Or maybe they're doing the deconstruction first, that could be it. Be generous to them. And there. Balance them? Yeah. Is this not balancing, is it? But it's allowing them to split in case the outputs are not even. Will it make a difference, or do we want to prioritize one of them? Push everything to the right lane first in order to keep things flowing. Won't really matter. We can't do the same with the liquid, so we just balance them for the sake of it. There's 2 belts, let's put a splitter on. Still a few bits of pipe missing around here. I'm focused on that. All good. Seems all good. Cool. Now get them moving these, even though they don't need moving. Most of them. Still. Just make a note of all that. Possible issue with the stream going down. Check it in the VOD before I upload it to YouTube. See if I need to do anything with it. I did have a VOD before. I had to cut about 5 seconds out or something because something went wrong with it. Can't remember what. Might have been a little F. All good. Seems good. So far. Keep going. Not reached us at the recipe, but can I copy paste? Yeah. Maybe. That might be the one we're removing. One thing at a time then. But not have enough, I should. Yeah, they're fine, they're just doing the deconstruction first, it's fine. Be patient with my little robot friends. They are working hard today. Got a lot done. Already. Both of them's actually going to be there. Let's remove them and that for now until we build in. And yeah, the one on the end where they're actually removing, we do want it hidden. We skip that one. And it'll at least look consistent. There we go. And then, yeah, spacing's a bit more central then. That's better. Yeah, it's an improvement. Good. Let's start down this end. Set the recipe. These ones need rotating. Those ones don't. Can I... Doesn't copy paste the rotation, does it? From what I remember. Oh, it does. Cool. Just means we can't rotate when we copy paste, but there we go. Oh, perfect. Let's just double check. 120 machines, perfect. Okay, we're onto something. Let's get this sorted out. Get the pipelines lined up. Copied over to them all. Don't see any point in joining them really. Just feed in from the top on them all. Maybe we're going to need a lot of pumps for them. But the amount these are drawing is so little. They won't need pumps. Line all that up there. We're going to need to run back and forth building that soon. First I'm just going to do the top end here too. Might bring it quite far out. Let's go with it there. That up. And then them, okay. Guess we do that then. Bring them there, okay. That in at the end of each double. Why is that? Oh, because that's not a double, that's the other thing. Sure. And one to there. And one out as well, might as well. Moira, hello, welcome in. Nice to see you, hope you're having a good Wednesday. You love the trains in this game. They're weirdly cute, for some reason. And it's a really well developed system, actually, very in-depth, despite not being like a train game. It's, I think, sometimes the systems for the trains in the game are better than the ones in train games. Not that I'm an expert, don't I? People do come in and give me some tips that are way over my head for just how complicated that they can get. But we're having a good time. Tons of trains in our base at the moment. It's like over 100, I think, just sat here doing nothing while we try and configure stuff. But I don't know, hopefully they're having a good time sat there. I've run out of regular pipe, okay. Just make 800 more, probably. We're going to run out of underground, so I have to turn some of those into undergrounds, I guess. But we can make the 800 first and then do that to some of them. And that's it for pipe, right? Everything after that is, yeah, inserter and belt, so we're almost there on this square. Maybe we will have enough. few more there. Above ground ones. Upset that robot. That's good. Okay, so yeah, we just need some undergrounds to finish them off. Let me cancel that. Make that many for now. See how that does. We need to connect this in, which is probably best done at the end. Maybe. Or maybe in the middle between the two. On the end of this one, I reckon. Let's pump into there. Out of there. Give that a go. Oh, they're going to fire up already. Cool. Okay, let's deal with them then. Each line here needs to split into 3. No, we changed it. There's now 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of input. So each one just needs to split in half. Right, we need to line this up right. So we go in and out. In and out. It's going to go in there. And then there. The out needs to skip all that. Unless we send the ins under. Can do that. That can run there. One further maybe. Doesn't really matter, but it's best I think. And then that goes under again. The output from there will join. Which is easier done like that, unless... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's easy enough. And we carry on. Not with that one. We just need a single line of output. That's in. Outputs will join. Goes under. Is the in. And then the output there. Join it consistently and then turn the corner. 1 over. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like they're in the right space. Just need to get all the inserters and stuff configured. Let's do that here then. In. Out. In. And out. Set them to blacklist mode. The missing bit of belt in there, and I should be able to copy that lot. Just the one at the end that's needs some cutting off. Good. Whole lot should then copy paste into every gap. That. Just need to build that out, which I'm not going to have enough long-handled inserters to do. I'll make the 51 I can, but we're probably going to need to go resupply on some stuff to make enough. See how it goes. There's what, 120 machines, so I'm going to need 120 of them. That's cool. Build out what we can, then we'll sort that out. Finish off what's missing. We are making some rocket fuel. It is on its way to the station already, which is pretty cool. Big step up in train speed. Not sure we're going to see the difference. We haven't seen them moving a lot at coal. A bit, and they're pretty fast, but it should go a lot quicker now. If we feed it in now, could wait until we're making more. Although there's nothing else to use it for that I particularly want to, so we might as well feed it in to the trains. Find a way of getting them to use up all their coal first. Somehow. Let's finish building this and then we'll work that out. It's on my mind now though. Not. How are we going to do that? I guess manually I could just get rid of all the coal they've got. Or we can request it in using some magical maths, so LTN only delivers it once the coal is gone. Could be done with a decider. Not sure it's worth it, but it can be done. Oh, it looks like we might run out of belt here as well. Already out of the long handle, that's fine. The other inserters in. Might run out of them too, okay. Bigger than planned, maybe. Yeah. Out of belt. Good on the white inserter, maybe? Good on the pipe? Looks good on the pipe. Just long-handled inserters, I think. And just okay on the other things. And add a little bit of belt. Okay. We'll head to the starter base and get those things. Don't seem to be making enough solid fuel blocks. Although the belt is fully saturated and some of these are struggling to output. Something is wrong. It's just the time it's taking. No. No, something isn't right there. "60 machines makes 30 blocks per second, which requires 2 yellow belt. 60 machines. Yeah. I'll tell you what. This might be the first time ever I'm going to use rate calculator. 60 machines are making 30 blocks per second. That is happening. Okay. Belt carries 15 items a second. Each side. Ooh. Well, it moves at 15 items a second even. That makes sense. I'm not sure it's right. Two yellow belts, that's what we've got. Just feel like I'm missing something here. Why are they not flowing? Right. Because the one at the end isn't consuming at the full rate, so they're not flowing at the full rate. That makes some sense. Or so this isn't consuming at the full rate. Right. It's backed up because we're not consuming at the full rate. Let's go get what we need to finish this off before getting distracted with other things. MP 52 north. Off we go. Might as well stock up on the other things while we're back home. Another stack of underground, the white inserters. I keep saying home. This isn't home. This is the old base. Home is the new base. This doesn't really have like a central point to it, I guess. So let's just grab a bunch of them, because we're going to use them. I've got enough splitters for sure, but let's get a couple undergrounds. We've got 600 assembly machines there. That's going to be great for the next thing that needs them. They are producing fast enough for sure. Didn't need to make them earlier. We have tanks being made there. Damn, silly me. Forgotten what we're making back here. How are we doing for other stuff? Don't really need the rail things. Okay. What am I missing? Belt is right at the start. And long-handled inserters I guess we just don't have being made, so I need to manually make them. So if we had any yellow inserters, that would help. Should we have some sat on the belt here. Let's grab the yellow belts from here. We can fit a whole bunch. Let's have them. And yeah, grab these yellows and turn them into reds. Need a bit of iron. A bit more. Or a lot more. I'm so chill this way we're playing in a library. No, just that kind of game for me, I guess. I've got peaceful mode on, so there's no biters bothering us. We can just chill out and build stuff, which is, you know, what I like doing. Sit here, chill, build stuff, mumble to myself. It's a good time for me. How is that? Maybe a few more. There we go. I'll just top up on some of the resources while we're up here. Bit of copper, and then we'll head back down. Just scoop it from the belt, I think. That'll do. Okay, so we've now run out of light oil from the production, so we need to put into place something that's going to consume petrol to get everything moving again. So we'll do, you know, one of them next. When we're finished off here, we'll do plastic, maybe sulfur, both. Just go dump out the petrol we've got just to get things moving again. We don't really need to though. It's not like we need lubricant for anything. The rocket fuel would be good. Deal with that in a minute. Because we do kind of want to deal with, if something goes wrong with the oil flow and we run out and stop making rocket fuel, we don't want all the trains to stop. So we do kind of want to request coal if we can't have rocket fuel. If we can even make that work. MP49 north. Take me back, Mr. Train. Cool. Let's get this finished off here. And I guess we go to one of the depots and try and work this out. And then the wrong way around. Yeah. Those are outputs. Cool. A few down the end there. Now there's no light oil, so there's no fuel blocks. Damn. Okay. I guess it has to wait then. We can't unless I work out a way of doing that. If we get the consumption of the petrol happening first before we try and give the rocket fuel to the trains, it'll be more consistent. But even then, I do want a way of it having a backup. So I might just go do that now, even though we've got very little rocket fuel available. Also, this is stacks to 1/5 of what was used to configure that, so I want 1/5 of 1200. 240 instead, I think. What is 240? We got 1, 2, 12. It's 2 stacks in every box. Okay. That's what I went with before, that's what we'll keep doing. So there is some surplus to that. Quite a lot. Could be worth doing, for sure. Let's head to the nearest depot. Where's that? Southeast of here. See if I can work out a way of doing it. with some deciders or something. I guess it's just but even then we can set it so that if there's no rocket fuel here, get coal. That's dead easy to do. Whatever's delivered most recently sits at the end. Also, is that enough? No, we're not. Huh? How is there coal here if we're not requesting any coal here? Did I break this somehow? I mean, obviously I did. Maybe I pasted over it or something? What about... Huh? These don't even have any power. What is going on? Oh, that actually makes sense on that one. Did I stop delivering coal in on purpose? Thinking that we'd have rocket fuel soon? I have no idea. The depot to the west has a problem, so that is not the direction I meant to go. This way. Not that way. Oh well. Up and round we go. Around and that way and in. We need to sort these power poles out so that station actually gets powered in the first place. Make sure I've done the south of here as well. While my brain tries to digest what we need to do. Wrong way again. That's interesting. And wrong. Right? Am I crazy? Or have I just done something stupid somewhere? That's wrong. Let's go to the test lab area. The depot in the old design, where's that? Up here somewhere. No, it's like that as well. And in this one, don't think I did a depot. This is the exit. There's a short one that goes round heading westbound, and the slightly longer route takes you to the roundabout on this corner. Fine. This is the entrance. Right, that's so that you can enter from the south. But what if you want to go up? Why shouldn't you use that and just go up? We just don't want to crisscross, so that should still have a rail there. I guess it's to keep traffic away. Yeah, that makes sense actually. That does make sense. It's to keep traffic away from the station. Other than station traffic. They'll be over here, but we've changed it so you can only go northbound on the eastern edge. And southbound on the way around. Northbound on the east, southbound on the western edge. Might change it again to overbuild a bit and overlap again. As much as it was annoying me, it might be the better for the train routes. We'll see how it goes. This isn't wrong. It's just confused me in this moment. If I want to get to the south of this depot, I need to go to the next square over, head south, and then turn over, come in from this angle, not that angle. Although, while we're here, we'll do them pongs. Oi. Oh, and catch up with this robot I've left behind. Oops. Sorry, Mr. Robot Friend. Some of that room, a bit of rails turned up again. Is that here? No. Man, it's going insane. Okay, at this end we also need to fix the poles here. I don't know how that was still powered, it wasn't. It's good now. What about the depot in the north? What's going on there? Well, we can fix that. So it's still powered at the moment. It's okay. If we don't go near it, we won't break it. But we need to get the signal. Let's work out what we need to do here. While we're here. If there's no rocket fuel here, if the rocket fuel is, yeah, we want to account for what the system's planning, which I'm not sure we can. We tell it we want rocket fuel, but if we don't have that, we want coal. Yeah, I don't think we can grab. Without the train being here, we can't grab anything from that either, I don't think. No, we can't get, like, there's a train inbound with rocket fuel, therefore don't get coal. So unless the rocket fuel is physically here, they're going to get coal, which isn't ideal, because if they're bringing the rocket fuel, then that's all good. We don't need the coal delivering. The main issue is the last thing delivered will be the first thing out of the box. So they may flip-flop between rocket fuel and coal. It might be that we just ask for rocket fuel. And that's that. Don't think there's any other sensible way of doing it. Can't get this right. This is what I want. Is our LTN inventory's rocket fuel quantity. If that is less than the 240 trigger point, we want to get coal here instead. Just temporarily, just a little bit. Can deliver both. Have both in the box. Set the filter on the stack inserter so that if there is rocket fuel, it uses rocket fuel. And if there is not, then it does anything. I mean, that can be done, right? If I get a decider. I've got red connected there, so let's use green wire. Onto that one. This is going to be set filter. Yeah, but I kind of want to set it to blacklist. Well, there's only two things at the moment, so that's fine. If the rocket fuel is 0, output coal. Otherwise, output rocket fuel. How do I do that? I can't blacklist, no, whitelist this to anything because it's going to get overwritten by the decider, so I need a second combinator. Which I don't need to build, I've got one there. And that's going to say something. If the rocket fuel is greater than 0, output rocket fuel. Sure. Chain them together. Power it temporarily, but we'll fit it in the middle or something so it's always powered. And it's currently 0, so it's just saying coal. combinator that does say something. I mean, it'll work in that. So we request both things here. If we run out of rocket fuel, they're going to put coal on this belt. Trains that have an empty slot are going to get coal put in, and therefore they won't run out of power, ever. That's a good thing. There's enough space in this chest to fit a bit of everything. And this is just prioritizing rocket fuel, which is good. And there's not much more we can do than that, really. I think that's good. Just going to move them to the middle. Wire all of the chests. Ah, now that's different. Everything should be balanced because everything operates at the same speed. But it's possible that the chests become unbalanced for some reason. I mean, at the moment, we're pulling from one side of this belt more than the other, which is going to cause a problem. This inserter can output and this one can't, which means this chest has got 40 in and this has got 0. If we disable this inserter, which can pull, by telling it only to take coal even though it's got no coal, it'll slow down the output from here, which is not the end of the world. It's not actually a bad thing. Well, not a disaster at all. That's fine. We'll live with that. It's not perfect, but we'll live with it. So chests into the backs, inserters into the fronts. Put those settings on all of them. Might not hurt to balance the sides of this belt. Like that. It just means if we are pulling from one side more than the other, it'll sort itself out when it gets back here. That's probably best. Bit ugly, but oh well. I think that's good. As in functional. Then we need to ask for both things. So this is a requester. But the threshold is different. That's not great. I want the threshold for the two things to be different. Because we can get 2,000 coal in a wagon, but only 500 rocket fuel. So I guess the threshold has to be 500. We'll be getting little deliveries of coal. Okay, not the end of the world. The amount of coal, I mean 2,000 is fine. It's like, although that's going to come in 4 wagon loads. No, it's going to bring us 500 when we get down to 1,500. Okay. So it could be smaller, I guess is the deal. It could be smaller. We could set it to 1,000 because the consumption rate's not that fast. Go for it. And then the rocket fuel, if they're bringing same deal, I guess 1,000. Or at least more than 500. Yeah, go for it. 1,000 of each. Which will fit here. It's 1 row and... No, it's not 1 row. That's wrong. It's a bit of a mess. 1,000 rocket fuel is a lot of rocket fuel. It's too much, actually. There we go. They're bringing 400. Is that because 400 is all we've got? Where is it? Here? Yes, it is. Okay. How much should it be? A row is 100. There are 4 chests, so 400 is a row in each chest. 400 is a row in each chest. 800 is 2 rows in each chest. It's fine as long as it's balanced between all the chests, which might not happen, but it should. And the coal that we're asking for, 1,250 in each, half of a line in each, which leaves us 4 whole. Okay, I think it'll be okay, other than we don't have it, or anywhere near it, but yeah. Once we get things flowing, that'll be fine. I think we're good. We just need to do this everywhere. And copy. Damn, I need to do the belt balancing as well. Or remember to, and I don't want. Okay, blueprint that. Remove the train stop because I don't want to change the names. And we should already be red wired into it, so that won't matter. That should work. So we just need to go to every depot and plug that in. Which I might do on foot. I know I'm at risk of getting run over, but no, we'll drive there. I don't want to get run over. Put that there. Now is that good? Ah, I need to remove them 2 bits. Then I can put that there. And that should wire everything up, configure them. And we'll see how it goes. Put the requests in there, sure. And then we'll get a bunch of complaints that they don't have any, but that's fine. Yeah, no rocket fuel found. Here's Mr. Rocket Fuel coming in. He was not unloaded. What? He didn't collect any. Something's wrong at the other end. These are not loading. Why? Disabled by controller. Shouldn't be. It's got the right filters. I'm missing a wire here. I'm missing a wire there. Cool. Let's go fix that. We need to go to near there, MO49 east. Go for it. Let's not get run over while we cross and fix this. Okay. I think I'm missing the green wire from station to pole. Nope, apparently not. This is not wired into anything, so I need the green from the output into the combinator. Which something went wrong there, but okay. Signal in. I guess that guy is timed out. This guy's got the 400 he wanted, which has broken the system somewhat because it sent 2 trains to do the same job. For whatever reason. But okay. Yeah, this was not wired right. I guess when I pasted it in, it wasn't connected to everything. That's connected. That's now connected. That's now connected. I think green's the right one. I'm pretty confident that's okay. Good. So we can now go MN51 south. Wiggle the way around. Remove those 2 and paste that there. Robots are not building. Not when I'm in a train, okay. We need to do these poles to get the power right. Sure. Then we just want to head to the other end of this depot, which I need to be on manual mode to do. No, you can't. There is no through route there, we've just confirmed that. I think maybe this should be just for me. Go to the next one up. Into to this one, which still hasn't worked its way through the wood I dumped here before. Well, they do build from here. Thought they did. Remove them two. Paste that in. I think. Seems right. Let's fix all these. Then we want to head to one of the other depots. Not the way I meant, but okay. I am not good at driving a train. Round there. Sure. Turn back on ourselves. And into here. Better. Cut them. Paste that there. And there'll be a bunch of coal deliveries going everywhere, I guess, at the moment, because we don't have the rocket fuel. That's okay. And we don't have the heavy oil, and we don't have the... yeah, I know. Anything. Took the wrong turn again. It's tempting to put it in just for me. I mean, you know, other trains would use it, but I mean, put it in so that I can get around like I want to. Rounds and in here. Move them to paste that in. Good. Just got the depot to our south, and that's all of them. And hopefully this does what I wanted to. I swear I said to turn that. Never mind. While we're coming past, can I reach? Not quite. I'm going to flush out all the petrol for a second, just to keep the other things moving for a little bit. I know, big waste of petrol, but whatever. It's somewhat infinite. Ah. And as we drive past, notice the thing I completely forgot earlier. Despite I remember saying it, but then not doing it. We've got some pump jacks I never powered up. Because their poles have to be misaligned. There, that's better. Not that we need them particularly right now, but I don't know, as the yields drop, maybe they'll be relevant. Okay, round this one into here. Oh, that one, that one. Move them two, then that one. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Now, can't go down there. So round here. And in here. Cut them to... that should be the last one. Hopefully. Need to fix the poles. But yeah, now if we have rocket fuel, that's going to be prioritised in the trains, and if we don't, they'll still get something. Maybe that something should be fuel blocks, but at the moment it can be coal. Maybe we'll work out a way of using all three at some point. Possibly. Don't think the chests are big enough, but for now, we're good. Can't go that way. Where do I need to go now? Everything else is good, right? We've done that. It's ready. We've configured them. Maybe I need to change the blueprint so that it has the balancing, and we could even put the configuration in, the deciders at least. I think we'll leave it a while. First we'll see if it works, and if I'm happy with it, and if all is good, maybe we'll update the blueprints then. So we're good. We're good on lubricant and rocket fuel. Now we just want to do one of the things that's going to consume some petrol. Could be either of them. Let's head up and do plastic. Where's that? MO51. Off we go. And a similar deal to the last things, we could work out the right ratio of plastic to sulfur and how much petrol we've potentially got and balance everything like that as we have done in the past. But I think this time we're just going to fit as much plastic production as we can in this space, and then we'll just try and feed it enough in the future. I do want to know numbers like how many belts it's going to be, especially as we're still on yellows. So we'll put plastic in the hell mod and go for, I guess, around 180 machines, because we know that fits. A bit more maybe. This was 180. Yeah, we could do some more on the end of that. Like, whatever that is, 36 more, 216-ish. Could do more, but feeding stuff in isn't as easy. So I reckon we can fit around 200 quite safely, which would be 400 plastic, consuming 4,000 petrol. Right, across 27 belts. That's too much. We're not doing that much. We've got potentially, what is it? 876 petrol to share between this and sulfur. So yeah, maybe a tenth of that. Maybe a little more than that. Can we round it up? What if we were planning for the future when we've got blue belt? What if we did a blue belt? I mean, even that's not much, really. We just want more petrol, really, don't we? I think I want more than that. 2 blue belts, 45 machines. What we're feeding in. The outbound train station can handle 3 blue belts, in theory, in the future. So what if we do 3 blue belts? 1.5 belt of coal in. Easy enough. Half a pipeline of petrol, which is 1350, which is more than we're currently making. But the buffers will build up. We're not going to consume 135 plastic per second for a long time. By the time we do, maybe we'll be processing more oil, refining more oil. Which, you know, we've got the oil to do it, we think. 67.5 machines. 67.5 machines, great. I think we go with like 66 or something. We can do 68 and just only have the 3 belts, but for now we're on yellow. So we need 9 belts, 4.5 belts in, we don't have. The station can only unload 3, 4, 2? Where are we unloading something? Smelting, right? Yeah, can only unload 2 belts at a time. And we need to balance the belts here. Oh, that's bad. Really bad. This chest is empty and this chest has 1,500 iron ore in. They should be balanced. In theory, we're pulling from both sides evenly, but in practice, we're obviously not. That's bad. And it's going to need designing out in everything we do. Damn. Okay. Fine. I think we set up some plastic and redesign in the future. Like when we've got the blue belts, we design up So we do less for now. I mean, 2 belts of coal in, we can do in a single station. Do the petrol in the same station, but there's no need to because we've got spares. And then, I mean, that's 2 stations out, really. So is that wrong? Maybe that's wrong. Maybe we go down. Just do the single station out of plastic. It's quite a lot of plastic, I guess. 45 a second, probably. It's only 23 machines. I think we do that. 23 machines. In which case, maybe we do share the station just to see it in action. Let's go for that. It's very, very little, but it's some plastic up and running, and that's the most important thing at the moment. When we've upgraded everything, we can redo everything. We want a train unloading station in the north. Does it matter? There's petrol coming from over there, which needs to go. Wiggly wiggly. North might be best, north or east. Either way. We're unloading here. Need to downgrade to yellow. And we'll do both just to try it out, I guess. Why not? Throughput is going to be quite slow, so we can have all the trains coming here. Kind of cool to see if it works. I already know if it's okay. Wiring that up is going to be interesting. We'll deal with that in a bit. Well, we can do it now. Why don't we? Let's sort it all out. So here, can we join them? Not sure we planned for that. Should be like that, but the pipe's in the way, so we have to go under it. And then, ugh, that's not as tidy as I thought it was. Guess we can do that. Join them, there's one line. And join them, there's the other. Okay. It's not as tidy as I thought. Interesting. But everything needs balancing. Before the join? No, not necessarily. It can balance after. That is awkward as hell, though. Let's take this initially to the left. Maybe. Bit lost now. That one there. That just needs to wiggle a bit to there. Sure. That'll do. It's not too bad. They can join. Like, let's go with that. Then we balance these out. Other way. In, out. So the sides of the belt are even. Should work. Do we need both of them? Don't think so. So a lot going there, half of them go there. No, it is best to do that, yeah. Turn them into one belt first. Then do that to them, I think. God knows. That'll do what I'm after, even if it is ugly as hell right now. And then that'll have petrol in it. And 2 tanks is fine for that, I think. So we need to wire in. The red circuit is what we've got. So take them. And feed that into the light. Take all the chests up to their nearest pole. How did we do the poles? To the inside or the out? To the inside, okay. Stay consistent. And them as well. Who knows how we did that? That'll do. If I've got it all connected, yep, looks good. So that's the red network of what we've got being fed in. That's fed in with green, should be fine. So now we just request both things, although the request threshold is going to be interesting. It's 2,000 for the coal and 25,000 for the petrol. We can't have it different for each, I guess, unless we use a different station. So there's one floor. I guess we just go with the smaller number. It's necessary. We can't wait for 25,000 coal. It won't even fit in the chests. We can deliver 2,000 petrol, even if it's perhaps a silly amount. Let's give it a go. But I'm pretty sure that's going to mean we don't do mixed stations in the future. If we can avoid them. Which in this case we can. That... just want it to be 2 train loads, really. One sat here and one in motion. And then likewise with the oil, the petrol, we want to ask for the 50,000 that we can store. Hopefully it doesn't come in 2,000 increments. Well, it won't in general, but it will as we consume gradually. Okay, it's something. Sure. 23. What are they called? Chemical plants don't have 23. Got 16. 21. 23. There we go. I'm waiting on them. Why don't we do the outbound at the bottom? That's just a solids. That's unloading. There we go. Downgrade that to yellow. And what is the input? It is 3 belts that we're doing here, yeah, so we'll leave the 3 there, sure. 3 belts across 23 machines. That doesn't divide. So what are we going to do? 24? 3 8s? Okay. 3 8s, sure. This is an outbound, so we just need to wire up the chests when they're built. Okay. I'll tell it that it's a provider. Oh, and the threshold is... depends on what plastic stack's in. Let's say it's in hundreds, so 2,400. I guess. We'll see. And if it's 50s, I'll reduce that. Have I got any? I've got 31 on me. That doesn't really show me. Fine. It's a train coming to deliver 2,480.6714082494 petrol here. Sure. I guess you can deliver fractions of fluid if you want. Are they? They're not here now. Oh, there's the fluid one. It's just driven away. What? Oh dear, why has it done that? And where has it gone? Back over here? So it's come back, but it's got oil in it. And is now, no, driving in circles. What is going on? You need to come to me so I can sort you out. MO51 North. Why would it do that? It's allowed to come and bring us 2,000 petrol. It should be okay to unload it. Its weight conditions are like inactivity and stuff. Oh, maybe it just can't. No, it has unloaded it. Just successfully unloaded it. Why wouldn't it wait? No. It's not told to leave or anything. Nothing tells it to do anything, just come here and get unloaded. Then it should have like a 2-second inactivity. Maybe 1 second? Maybe my inactivity timer isn't long enough for the pump to get attached. Because we've only had solids so far. It's 2 seconds. It should be plenty of time. Let's just make that 3. That might not have an effect until I reload the game, but next time maybe it won't have so many troubles. You live in MQ51 South. Let's send you back home now that you're empty. South Depot. Off you go. Good. And then another guy's arrived? What? Oh, because that guy failed his delivery, this guy's turned up to try and do it, maybe? I don't know. Let me just flush. Why have we got 50? Let me temporarily attach an extra storage tank. You're leaving because you had empty cargo. Good. Now I can get rid of that. But it's going to try and bring more, but because I just emptied these tanks a little. Put that there and wire it in. And God knows how or why it made a mess in the first place, but hopefully we can just fix it. Meanwhile, down here, red wires. Feeding what we've got into the light. And then this is the type of thing where we need the controls over it. Like them. Yeah, let me grab that. Maybe the number's the same as that. We'll see. Let's leave that and change that to plastic. And then we are missing the green line from output to the back of that and post to the post. Then that should be good. Whatever plastic it's come to get, it gets, and then it leaves. If we plug the green into the loading inserters, tell them to enable if red light is 0. Yes, I think that's good. I think the one in the north is a mess and I don't know how it's happened, but there we go. Maybe I just change the number down so it's not making such a mess. It's got 56,000 petrol here. If I delete that, we have 43,000. This should trigger a request for 7,000-ish. There it is. Someone's going to come over and deliver that. Can I somehow... Yeah, him. He is loaded. He is inactive because the pumps would have stopped when he got enough. They may have overfilled ever so slightly. Because these guys are allowed to bring partial quantities. Right. He has emptied. Yeah, so that's safe. But the signal's 49,000. Right, because they can bring 2,000 instead of a full load, it can round up a bit each time they try and bring something. So we do need a bit of a buffer, which could be, I don't know, 2,000. Just to account for that last delivery rounding up a bit. So now the signal's 49,000. They're not going to bring anything. Could be okay. Maybe now, having done that. Who knows? I need some extra chemical plants because we need to round up. I need one more, right? 24. Then we just need to make 3 rows of 8 over here. It's not very big. To make plastic. Well, I could put them in one long line and 2 lines. Might as well be 3 then. There and there. Maybe some neater way of doing this, but oh well. How are we going to juggle it? Why do we have enough pipe to do it? Oh boy. How much pipe have we used today? Must be thousands. At least ghosting what belongs there. That would be petrol in. That's nice and tidy. We can have an inserter on the back. That's fine. Although, yeah, like the directions this is going and everything is a bit of a mess, but I will bring that down. 1.5 lines into each. Okay, that doesn't work then, does it? No, 1.5 lines in total. Okay. Half a line into each, that's fine. So that's where the first line's going in. Do that and push them in. Now do that and push it in again. But at that point, one line has done its job, so we do that. And the last bit comes down here and it should be fine. Then outputs on the fronts. I'll put the belt in two actually. These belts are, there's 3 of them, so the first 4 we then send to the inside. So prioritize left and then push them onto the inside, and that should create the full belt. That one there, that one there. And we've got, where are we lining up with? Oh, all the way over there. Okay. Bring them together and send them down. Juggle it around at the bottom. Yep, fine. Robots just want to recharge. Along and then join them up here. Okay, why don't I have any plastic? I haven't plugged the pipelines in. Okay, makes sense. Just be regular old pipe, unless I want to pump them down here. There's so little, I don't think it matters, but why not? Good. I have plastic. I have a consumer of petrol too for a while. I'm not actually using the plastic to do anything, so it's not really consumption. But still. That'll make more rocket fuel be created because this is in motion. Good. And we just have sulfur to add to that, turn that into sulfuric acid and start doing stuff. So a little bit of petrochemical stuff left to do. But we are 4 hours into the stream, so that is all we have time for today. Not bad going though. Plastic's there, I can remove its tag, it's done. I'm going to put sulfur and sulfuric acid there, and then we need to do steel somewhere. Then we can start making intermediate items, feed them into the finished goods. Not bad still. The amount of oil we got done today. Good progress. Let me drop a save in. The regular save and then a stream 8 end save. And we'll wrap things up. Thank you very much for joining me today, everyone. People who've been lurking away or chatting away here on Twitch, and everyone watching along on YouTube as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Don't forget to do the usual. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, do a little dance. All them. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for the support so far.